Hello and welcome to Dishing Delights. My name is Jenica and today I am going to share with you 3 more shelf-stable pantry dinners. Now let's get into it. To start off, I have gathered all of my ingredients. For this, I am using 1 can of chickpeas, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, some garlic powder, a pinch of red pepper flakes, a half pound of angel hair pasta, some parsley, 1 ounce of lemon juice, and some salt and pepper to taste. The first thing I'm going to do is heat up 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and I have my pan on a medium heat. Now that our oil has started to heat up, I'm going to take this curry powder and add that into that oil and toast it up. Maybe I need to turn the heat a little bit higher. Ooh, very fragrant already. And to this, I'm gonna make sure I don't burn that. I'm going to add my can of drained chickpeas. I have those right here. I'm also going to add my garlic powder and my red pepper flakes. I'm going to turn the heat down and add a little bit more oil. I was worried that they were gonna burn, so I added a couple tablespoons of broth. I just have some bouillon that I turned into some broth. Now that the heat is a little bit lower, I'm going to let these cook. And I'm going to get my blender out while these toast up. These are only gonna heat for about 5 minutes. Make sure you keep stirring this every like 30 to 40 seconds. Whew! The aroma is rich. Alright, now I'm going to take these off of the heat. We're going to blend most of this up. Now that I'm going to take these off of the heat, I'm going to start a pot of water for my pasta. Now I'm going to take my chickpeas that I have right here and I'm going to put all but a 1/4 cup in my blender. Sorry, the dogs are getting rowdy. Alright, I'm going to salt my pasta water just a little bit because I didn't add any into the pasta sauce, and I'm going to use some of this pasta water in that sauce. And I'm going to cook down this angel hair pasta. It's about 6 to 8 ounces. And angel hair pasta cooks extremely quickly, which is good because I'm getting super hungry. Now you'll notice in the videos today I do use my blender a few times, but I did stick with all shelf-stable ingredients. I just wanted to get a little more creative as the series goes on, and I think that now that I have 20 shelf-stable pantry meals videos out there, I can start getting a little more creative. Now if you are new here and this is the first shelf-stable pantry meals video you are watching, in these videos I use all shelf-stable ingredients to make meals in case of an emergency situation, or if you're just eating out of your cupboard because of a job loss, or maybe you don't have access to a refrigerator for a few weeks and you need some meals to get by. Now I'm going to turn the heat off because my noodles are completely cooked through, and I'm going to drain these, but not before I take a ladle of that water and add it to the blender. gonna add another half of a ladle. You're gonna hear the dogs a lot in this video because it's raining outside, so they don't get to go out there as much. I am now taking those drained noodles and adding them into my chickpea pan. I'm also going to add in that last tablespoon of olive oil, and we're going to blend this up. Check and see if it's smooth. That's perfect. All right, let's add it to the pasta. Now I'm going to add that sauce. I'm going to top it with some dried parsley flakes. If you have fresh parsley, use this. I do have some in my garden, but because this is a shelf-stable pantry meal, I'm going to do the right thing. And then I also have some lemon juice. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of that in it. That'll really give that a nice flavor. Oh, this looks so delicious. Let's serve this up. Now for a little bit of color, I'll add a little bit of parsley and some red pepper flakes. And that is what's for dinner. That looks amazing. I am so excited to try this out. Ooh! Sometimes I laugh at myself when I watch my videos back because I get so excited about food and I don't realize how excited I get until I watch these videos back. My mouth is watering. Oh my gosh. This is so good. And those chickpeas add so much protein. I absolutely will be making this again. I'll link the recipe down below for you. I highly recommend you make this. I am going to enjoy this. For this next meal, I need extra virgin olive oil, garlic cloves or minced garlic, rosemary, red pepper flakes, tomato paste, white wine vinegar, some chickpeas, some veggie or chicken stock, some small pasta, and some Parmesan cheese. To start off, we're gonna take a tablespoon of olive oil and heat that up. Now I don't have fresh garlic, so I'm going to take minced garlic, some dried rosemary, some red pepper flakes, and I'm going to add all three of these into that oil. To that, I'm going to add my tomato paste. I'm also going to add in some wine. Now I added in white wine vinegar and just a little bit of chicken broth. And I'm just going to combine that really well and make sure all those brown bits are scraped off of the bottom because that's so much delicious flavor. Now I'm going to stir in my chickpeas. And I'm also adding in 1 cup of broth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this mixture in the blender, blend it up, and then I'll add it back into this pan. Yum. All right, now let's add that back in. Now right here, I'm going to take about 8 ounces of pasta. Maybe a little bit less than that. And the rest of my 2 cups of broth. You know what, I'm adding all 8 ounces. And we are just going to let this come up to a boil and let that pasta completely cook up. Then we'll top it with our Parmesan cheese and dinner will be ready. I honestly did not realize how good of a sauce chickpeas make. I'm really excited about this because they're full of protein. I like to have meat-free lunches, so these will be great ideas for that. And I just ordered a 5-pound bag of chickpeas from Azure Standard. So I wanted to make sure I tried some recipes before those chickpeas arrived, because it is something that I don't cook with all too often, although I wish I did. All right, these are now completely cooked through. I do advise that you use a smaller noodle. Like, these are very thin, penne pasta, but super thin. I don't know what they're exactly called. Maybe an elbow noodle will work, but something that cooks rather quickly. All right, so to this, I'm going to take some Parmesan cheese. We're going to add that in. Oh, it smells amazing. Now let's serve it up. And that is the pasta. Of course, I'm gonna add a little bit more Parmesan cheese because I am not a monster. And that is what's for dinner. All right, let's try this out. Ooh, you can't see, but the sauce is so thick and creamy. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh my gosh. I don't know which one I like better, this one or the last pasta we made. These are so delicious. Love the Parmesan. I did love the curry flavor in the last pasta, but this is super rich and delicious as well. All right. Apparently chickpeas and pasta is just the best combo on earth. Oh. You can't see me, but I'm dancing. All right, I'm going to enjoy this, and I will see you for the next shelf-stable pantry meal. And for this meal, you are going to need a small onion, some olive oil, lentils, I used green lentils, some chicken bouillon, a can of diced tomatoes, salt and pepper to taste, some parsley, and some eggs if you have them. All right, now let's make our lentils. To start off, I'm going to heat up the skillet, have a little bit of olive oil. I just washed this, so there was a little bit of water still in there. All right, to this, I'm going to add my 1 cup of water and my 1 teaspoon of bouillon. I'm going to add a little bit more because I'm not going to add salt then. I'm now going to add in my diced tomatoes. Now you can use fire roasted tomatoes. You can use any kind of diced tomatoes you would like. I have basil, garlic, and oregano. I would prefer fire roasted, but I just do not have those on hand. And then 1 cup of lentils. And once this comes back up to a simmer, I'm going to cover it and let it cook until the lentils are cooked through. All right, now that this is coming back up to a simmer, I'm going to cover it, turn the heat down to low, and let it cook. All right, let's check on these lentils. Perfect. Now I'm going to turn off this heat. I'm going to set these aside and let them cool just a little bit. Now we're going to go a little bit off the rails here. If you have chickens, then you probably have quite a few eggs right on top of your countertop. So I have some ghee here. I added a little bit to this pan. And I have this beautiful farm fresh egg. I'm going to crack this right into this pan and I'm going to add a fried egg on top of these lentils. Now of course you don't have to do that, but I might as well. Oops, my yolk already broke, but that's perfectly fine with me. All right, now let's make up our plates. You can hear the egg frying in the background. There are our delicious lentils. And I just fried it on one side. And I'm adding it right over the top. And that is what's for dinner. I just want to get some of that yummy runny yolk. Unfortunately, the battery died right as I was showcasing this, but this meal was absolutely delicious. It wasn't as good as the other two. I am partial now, but it was super delicious. Thank you so much for coming along and watching another Shelf Stable Pantry Meals videos. I really like making these videos for you guys. If you like this, please hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching.